everyone, it is day 22 of Vlogmas. Oh my gosh, just a couple more days before Christmas. I don't know where December has gone. It has just flown by, but I'm getting very excited now, and I'm starting to ease into that feeling of whatever gets done, and whatever doesn't wasn't really meant to be, and that's fine. It's a really good place to be. I've done tons of things to sort of set myself up for a really good week, and I'm just gonna let it go from now on. I've got a couple more things to do, some cookies to bake, but I'm really just going to sit back and enjoy the next few days with my family. I just love putting on movies at this time of year and pulling out snacks and just sitting on the couch with my knitting. So that is the plan for the rest of the week as much as possible. So far today, James and I went out into the garage to do a little bit of a tidy up for Glenn because he's kind of let the garage get crazy, and I think when it gets that bad, it kind of overwhelms him. So James and I decided to go and help sort some of that stuff out so that it will be easier for him to tidy up all of his stuff. And I think it worked, because he's already been in the garage to do a little bit more. So that was our good deed of the day. This afternoon, we are heading out to see a movie. We managed to get tickets to see Spider-Man in the theaters, and the boys have been really anxious to see that one. And we don't know what might be closed next week, so we thought we would try and squeeze it in. We are probably going to double mask it and be super cautious and just have that one little outing in December that is possible before things potentially get shut down again. So I also got a couple of really fun packages in the mail today, so I want to share a couple of things with you there. And one of them has me thinking about some meal planning for next week. I like to really take it easy after Christmas, but it's nice to have a couple of things planned so that you're not stressing about what to make and ordering in takeout every other day. The leftovers are great for a couple of days, but I really like some easy, kind of relaxed meals for that time in between Christmas and New Year's. The most beautiful piece of pottery arrived in the mail today. I'm kind of obsessed with all of the pottery from the No Crumbs Left shop. I've accumulated quite a few pieces for myself in the last year or two. It all started with the marinated onion bowl, and the rest is history. This is the jade platter. It is absolutely gorgeous. I'm in love with it. It's going to make the perfect serving platter for so many things. And if you guys have been following my videos or my Instagram for a while, you will know how much I love the No Crumbs Left cookbook. And I'm obsessed with cookbooks. I have a lot of favorites, but this is definitely in one of my top 10 lists. Terry has such amazing recipes, and I think I loved the book for the recipes, but I love it even more knowing who Terry is and what she stands for. I love her stories on Instagram. I love following along with what she's doing in her kitchen. She's super inspiring, and I really love how her recipes are, I wouldn't say simple, because they are packed with delicious flavors, but they're easy to pull together, and I love that in the kitchen, because as much as I love to cook for my family, most of the time I don't want to be stuck in the kitchen forever. So I decided to pull out my No Crumbs Left book. I thought this would be the perfect book to pull out a few recipes for inspiration for next week, because the leftovers will last for a couple of days. But I know next week, while everyone is sitting around enjoying that amazing week in between Christmas and New Year's, with no school, no work, we all want yummy meals, and I feel like this is the perfect book to get some inspiration from. So I'm going to have a flip through that again. I'm going to probably revisit a couple of the recipes I've made, but I'd also like to try maybe a couple that I haven't before. And I've also pulled out all of my pottery pieces because I love them so much, and I think I'm going to make a batch of the marinated onions so that we can have that to put on our appetizer plates or like our little antipasto plates. They're such a good addition to meals like roasts and things. We're having lamb on Christmas Day, and having these marinated onions on the side will be perfect. So this is the first piece that I ever purchased. It is the marinated onion bowl, and I have mine in pink. It's such a beautiful piece. I love how they are all stamped, and I think all of the newer pieces have a symbol on the bottom, which I also love. It's kind of like a little good luck symbol. I think these two are older, so I'm not sure if that is a symbol there, but this is, I think it's called the mini or the small pitcher. And I really like this to just put in little like olive oil and any kind of liquids that I need for recipes. I also use this quite often to fill up the water in my oil diffusers around the house. I use these bowls so very much. These are the patty bowls, and every time I have ramen noodles or soup, I really like to use these for lunch. They're beautiful. This is the tie-dyed color option, and here is the wishbone. I love these little stamps on the bottom. I don't know, I just think they are so charming. This one has 4-leaf clover. That color is also beautiful. This blue, stunning. This one has a rooster. And this one has a horseshoe as well. They are really beautifully made. The colors are gorgeous. And another favorite are these little crumbles. And so I've really enjoyed collecting them in these colors. These are kind of my favorites, and they go really well in my kitchen with a lot of the other serving pieces that I have, and also with my everyday dishes, which are kind of like a pale sage green and an off-white, like a charcoal. So these completely tie together, but these little crumbles are just the best. I love that they have a little spout if you want to use it for a dipping sauce or something to pour on a platter like a dressing. I have all of the same beautiful colors in these, and also this beautiful deeper, looks like a denim blue. These I also love when we have wings, or I'm having like I want a blue cheese or a ranch dip on the side. I think I saw the idea on Terry's Instagram where I put the dip inside and then I just stick a bunch of carrot sticks and celery sticks right in it. So you can just put that right on the side of the plate. I love them. So these are some of my favorite pieces in my kitchen. I'm going to leave this one out so that I can do my onions. And I'm going to have a flip through the book and try to find a couple of really tasty and easy recipes for next week. I have used the No Crumbs Left cookbook quite regularly since I got it, and I've made the same recipes a few times. I've even gone to Terry's website because there are lots of additional recipes there that you can get for free. But when I first get a cookbook, I sit down with it, I flip through it, and I put sticky notes on a whole bunch of the recipes that appeal to me. But I always find that after I've used a book for a while, I kind of get comfortable with it, and I don't tend to look at the other pages. So I just sat with it with a fresh stack of sticky notes. I went through it again with fresh eyes, and I marked off a few new recipes to try, and I'm very excited about it. It is such a good book. I started right at the beginning and went through the first few pages again. I am definitely going to make those marinated onions today at some point. I've made this dish before too. It is fantastic. I think these are both recipes that are perfect to make and have alongside leftovers. So this is the perfect time of year to pull some of these recipes out. There's Terry. So I love the beginning. I love reading her introduction. She's such an inspiration. And I won't flip through every page, but here are the marinated red onions. I've made them so many times. I'm gonna make them again. And this is the tomato confit that I think is pictured up front. I'm pretty sure that was the same recipe pictured there. This, I think I'm going to have to pick up some tomatoes. I might make a very short grocery list of things to either click and collect or just run in and grab after Christmas. And I think I'm going to put some little mini tomatoes on my list so that I can make this. This is fantastic to put on sandwiches or to have on leftover plates. I really love them. This is one of my most made no crumbs left recipes. It is absolutely delicious. We have it for breakfast, but we also have it for a snack. You can have it as a dessert with ice cream, but I really like to have this blueberry crumble with a dollop of vanilla yogurt for breakfast. It's delicious. So I just am reminding myself to make this next week because it will be the perfect breakfast while we're home. I thought this quick rotisserie chicken soup is the perfect meal for a lazy day, or you might have leftover rotisserie chicken or turkey, so that would be perfect. This is a recipe that I marked off when I first got the book, and I still haven't made it, but it's definitely on my list. So I am just going to make sure I have all the ingredients because this will be perfect to keep in the fridge next week so we can all just make a sandwich or throw together a quick salad and put this on top. It is Terry's favorite chicken salad. It looks delicious. With my new platter, I think this would be the perfect recipe to have. It's a chicken finger salad. I know that the kids don't always love a huge salad, but they will pick at the things that they like. And then we will have some breaded chicken fingers to go with it, which would be super delicious. And I think pretty easy for a weeknight meal. This one always appeals to me. I love BLTs, and so Glenn and I would probably love the BLT salad. I've been wanting to make this spicy pepperoncini beef since I first got the book. And I think the only reason I haven't is because I have a really hard time finding skirt steak. But I think I could use any kind of beef. So I'm just going to push myself to try and make this one because it looks incredible. And I've seen Terry make it quite a few times on her Instagram. I have an eye of round roast beef in the freezer, and I think for New Year's, this might be our special dinner. New Year's Day, I like to make something a little bit nice with Yorkshire pudding, and we usually have an eye of round. That's the roast that my mom traditionally makes, and so I think I'm going to try Terry's recipe for that. I thought her pot sticker fish cakes would be perfect for next week as well. Really easy to kind of throw together. I might make a little bit of white rice, and that's the perfect meal. And my kids love fish, so that's a bonus. One of my favorite potato dishes are potato pancakes or roasties. So I'm going to try Terry's recipe for that. And then I also marked off this Patrick's chicken fingers. I'm not sure if it's the same one for the salad. It might be, but they look delicious. And you can never go wrong with a good chicken finger recipe. It's gotten to the point that I have frozen chicken strips or fingers. Every once in a while, I'll buy a package thinking it will save me time, and I put them on the table, and the boys can't even eat them anymore. They can't. They're not good. So I think I might make a big batch of homemade chicken fingers, and I could probably freeze a few for a rainy day. So those are the recipes that I am revisiting from the No Crumbs Left cookbook. I am going to make a short grocery list for next week, so I have some really easy to prep meals that are still super delicious. I received another beautiful surprise package in the mail today. This one also came all the way from England from my sweet friend Amy, who is the genius behind Dandelion and Dogwood Yarn Co. Well, Amy and her sister, of course. Amy designs the most beautiful knitting patterns. She makes project bags and dyes beautiful yarns, and I just received the sweetest package, and I'm so touched because I know how busy Amy is right now. She has a brand new baby at home and another little boy, so her hands are quite full, and I'm so touched. So thank you so much, Amy, for sending this beautiful package. I think I let out a little shriek when I saw what was inside. First was this beautiful note that she wrote me that I'm going to keep for myself. There was a really delicious looking tea. And this, oh my goodness. The most gorgeous skein of yarn with a mini. And it is called Pink Poinsettia on her sparkle sock base, which is 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 5% sparkle. And I have not had a sparkle base in so long. It is a really subtle sparkle. You can probably see there. This is the most beautiful color, which is quite appropriate because Amy and I both have a love for pink poinsettias and all the different variations of pinks and white ones that they have. And so she sent me this yarn. I love it. Thank you so much, Amy. I cannot wait to cast on another pair of socks. This is going to make me just knit faster and faster because I'm really anxious to cast this on. Also, there were some really delicious chocolates in here. Some of my favorites. Truffle from the Roses collection, which I know are hard to find here, but I can get them. But I don't usually pick these up, so I'm very excited to have a couple. Thank you so much, Amy. I love everything, and I feel so lucky to have you as a friend. Be careful. Oh, shit. This is why the walls are all marked up.